There's always somebody, and it's usually me.
This pastor, we were at, he was doing a wedding and his phone went off right. He's like, oh my God.
My son programmed his mother's phone that whenever he calls in, it quacks like a duck. So we were up in Toma for the confirmation of our niece, and my wife was her sponsor. So she gave me her purse to sit in the pew with her phone in it. The phone wasn't turned off. So just as they're coming up the aisle, there's this quack, quack, quack. I'm looking around like, who is the moron? And of course, I'm the moron. And so finally I realized and turned the thing off, and oh boy.
Okay, at 7 o'clock, we'll call this meeting to order for the Village Board of Necedah. Roll call, please.
Stivers.
Here.
Sailor. Present. Laswell.
Present.
Jackson. Here. Murphy.
Present.
Steen.
Present.
And myself, and we had Attorney Orton here tonight.
Okay, item 3, adoption of minutes. You had a copy of the minutes in your packet for Monday, January 12th, 2026. Are there any additions or corrections to those minutes? Hearing none, we'll take a motion to approve the minutes of January 12th, 2026.
I make a motion, we approve the village board meeting minutes from Monday, January 12th, 2026.
Motion by Mary Beth Stivers, is there a second?
I'll second it.
Seconded by Janice Murphy. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say no. All those who abstain, those minutes will be filed. Item 4, police report. There's a copy of the police report at your place. Roger? Anything?
Nothing more than what he has there right now. Read this before, he had a couple highlights. He had 75 total incidences that occurred. Agency assists, he had 2. He had crashes, a 1 that he dealt with. Criminal referrals, 1. Driving complaints, 2. Juvenile complaints, 4. Mental health and welfare, 1. Suspicious unwanted person, 1. As far as self-initiated items, he has business checks of 5. Citizen-oriented policing, 30. Drug investigations, 0 this time. Extra patrols, 16, and he's concentrated on some different areas that there's been some complaints. Parking, 1, and traffic and ATV stops, he's at 0 this time because the weather was so darn cold, probably. Warrant attempt, 1. So it was a busy month of January.
Yeah, I see there's only 1 crash already. I think you only had like 2 or 3 last year.
Yeah.
Thank you. Public Works report, item 5, Public Works report, Jack.
Everything's been going fine, no problems to the best of my knowledge. You have to answer any questions.
Are there any questions for Public Works?
Any big issues come up with the really cold weather?
We had a couple meters that froze and had to be replaced. That was about it. No water mains or nothing like that.
Anything else? Thank you, Jack. Item 6, library report. Did Autumn send you something?
Yep, she did. our weekly story hours. This will be aimed at children 0 to 9. Our friends of the had a chili luncheon, was well attended and great support. Huge shout out to all the volunteers and friends who made this possible. Our Knit One, Read Two ladies will not be meeting tomorrow, but regularly be scheduled through the rest of the month. Our other programs will meet as normal for the month of February.
And, just to follow up on the, Friends of the Library Chili Luncheon, we had, I think, almost 100 people there. And they raised almost, or over $1,000, or,
I didn't hear it. That's on the
did you?
I didn't get numbers, I asked, but I didn't get no numbers.
That number sticks in my head. So, but it was very well attended, the community was very supportive. So we appreciate that. And the proceeds from that, of course, will be, given to the library. Okay? Item 7, President's Business, I have none. Item 8, Committee Reports, were there any committees that met in the last month?
None for me.
Okay. Item 9, Treasurer's Report. We have a copy of the Treasurer's Report for January 2026. Are there any questions for Cheryl or Roger? Hearing none, we'll take a motion to approve the Treasurer's Report for January 2026.
I'll make the motion to approve the treasurer's report for January 26th.
Motion by Chris Saylor. Do we have a second?
I'll second the motion.
Second by Mary Beth Stivers. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say no. All those who abstain. I will just throw in that right now we are in the midst of our annual, audit, yeah. And so, item 10, approval of vouchers. You had the vouchers in your packets. Are there any questions for Roger or Cheryl about the vouchers? Hearing none, do we have a motion to approve the vouchers for January 2026?
I'll make a motion that we approve the vouchers.
Motion by Don Jackson, do we have a second?
I can second that.
Seconded by Janice Murphy. Okay, so we have a motion and a second to approve the vouchers for January 2026. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed say no. All those who abstain? Thank you. Item number 11, authorize Attorney John Orton to complete the process to discontinue a portion of Babcock Drive, which is off of Cardinal Drive?
It's considered Cardinal Drive, they changed part of it, but
Oh,
some of the undeveloped areas considered, still goes up as Babcock.
And Lyman Lane, per Wisconsin State Statute 66.1003, with Castle Rock Realty paying all costs related to completing the process. Roger?
I don't really know much more to add, John, do you have anything more than that?
No, the village has been asked to do this. It's, as I understand it, these are roads that have never been open, they're just grass.
Correct.
And, the adjacent landowners are in favor of it, and the fastest, easiest way to do it is to have the village do it. And, so we haven't, it says to authorize me to complete the process. We haven't started the process yet. We wouldn't start the process without your approval to start the process. But that's what we're all about, and there'll be, some motions that, resolutions that'll be brought in front of you to read, and there'll be a map, and there'll be a public hearing and all that kind of stuff, at your doorstep in the next meeting or two, so.
Okay, are there any questions?
Is there any disadvantage to going this route?
No disadvantage, actually, there's an advantage because we never put, or the village never put utilities up in there. And there's floodplain that was in that area too, that was, expanded at the time when they did the new floodplain map. So some of those areas in there really would be difficult to put the roads in, it would be difficult to put sewer and water in.
Cause when they originally put that subdivision together, it was supposed to be a lot different, but then they found out floodplains after the fact, right?
They had some floodplain, but then they redid the floodplain maps, FEMA did, and basically came in and said we needed to adopt these maps or we couldn't get our flood insurance, is what they said, for all our people, so if we had a flood event, that, we wouldn't be, certified to get the payments, so really, there is no benefit, and there's one landowner that owns the majority of it up there, and, they're planning, there's some high ground in there they can build on, but that's about the only spot that really works well, and I've met with them a few times, they've got some plans, but the roads will never really be used. It'd be a huge cost to develop them if we did.
And just, if I can, sorry to interrupt, but just so you know, approving, or granting, permission or authorization for me to start the process or begin the process is in no way tie your hands, that if something comes up during the process that you don't like, you'll be able to just stop it.
To reverse it.
Yeah, absolutely, so you're not tying yourselves to any decision tonight. Just authorizing me to start doing it.
Okay, are there any other questions? Hearing none will entertain a motion to approve Attorney John Orton to begin and complete the process to discontinue a portion of Babcock Drive, Cardinal Drive, and Lyman Lane per Wisconsin State Statute 66.1003, with Castle Rock Realty paying all costs related to completing the process.
I'd make that motion to pursue Mr. Orton, working to
Yep.
discontinue that drive.
We have a motion by Chris Saylor, do we have a second?
I'll second the motion.
Seconded by Mary Beth Stivers.
Quick question, Babcock Drive, you mentioned you also wanted Lyman
Do we have
Lane.
to say
Lyman Lane,
Lyman Drive?
Yep.
Additionally, add Lyman Drive to the.
still Lyman Lane.
Lyman Lane Drive. Lyman something.
And the first and second.
Mary Beth.
She,
I agree to that.
Okay, so we have a motion and a second. Would this be a roll call vote? Or just a voice?
you could do a voice vote.
Voice vote, okay. Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed say no. All those who abstain? Thank you. Item number 12, consider appointing Joni Mock to the library board. You have a letter in your packet from Autumn Harriet Poole, the library director, recommending Joni Mock to be appointed to this position. Are there any questions? Okay, do we have a motion to approve the appointment?
I would make the motion to approve Joni Mock for library board.
Okay, the motion's been made by Janice Murphy to approve Joni Mock's appointment to the library board.
I second it.
That will be a 3-year term?
She'll be finishing out the
term of the person who, okay,
And I'd have to look.
yeah. So we have a motion by Janice Murphy, do we have a second?
I'll second the motion.
Seconded by Mary Beth Stivers. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say no. All those who abstain? Thank you. You'll let Autumn know that
Yep.
passed, okay. Item 13, consider approval of operator license, a new one for Stacy MacArthur, Nacita Quick Trip Mart. And you have information in your packet. And,
The officer recommended approval.
okay,
Make a motion that we approve the operator's license for Stacy MacArthur, Nacita, is it Quick Mart or Quick Trip?
Quick Mart, that's the BP.
That's BP, okay. Quick Mart.
okay. So we have a motion by Mary Beth Stivers to approve the new operator license for Stacy MacArthur, Nacita Quick Mart. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Don? Yeah, okay. Seconded by Don Jackson. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say no. All those who abstain? Thank you, then you'll take care of that, Roger. Item 14. Authorize Administrator Harriet to interview and hire the seasonal and temporary staff for 2026 to 2027. You have information in your packet. This is, basically to continue the status quo of how we've handled this in the past. Anything else? Yep. Are there any questions?
I'm assuming your seasonal temporary staff, there's not a line at the door waiting to
Not-
get these positions?
Not typically. Struggle like everybody with staff.
So if someone's interested and somewhat qualified, they're probably hired.
Yeah, we've had luck with a few younger people, but we've also had some older people who probably, work circles around some of the younger ones that we did hire, is all. It just depends on.
The qualifications
Yeah,
they have.
exactly.
Okay, are there any other questions? Hearing none, do I have a motion to approve Administrator Harriet to interview and hire the seasonal and temporary staff for 2026 through 2027?
I make the motion.
Motion by Mary Beth Stivers, do we have a second?
I'll second that.
Second by Janice Murphy. Are there any other questions? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, say no. All those who abstain? Okay. Item 15. Consider approval of a professional services agreement for cross-connection control inspection with General Engineering Company effective March 1st, 2026. You have information in your packet. And this is the, same, company that we've worked with in the past, correct?
Correct. And all it is there's slight increases that I identified in there, that when we first did the contract with them, and they ended up coming in and looking at doing commercial and industrial for us, and we still did the residential generally, and we still continue doing that way. So Jack's crew does the residential ones, and they fill out a sheet. The people from GC have been consistently the same people coming out, that are doing the work, so as far as the quality of it has been good. It's just time to renew, and fees change, you know, and it's a DNR requirement. It's not something that we seek out to do, because we want to, it's because it's a requirement we have to do,
Is this just for 1 year?
so. It is open right now. What the last one lasted, from original time from like 4 years ago, so. And right now, the increase was, from $350 to $500 for the program administration, and their per hourly rate went from $80 to $85 an hour, so it wasn't a whole lot. So they'd have to come back, you know, down the road, they need to be compensated more.
Okay.
So they operated under that for several years, you know, at a lower rate.
Okay.
I'm assuming our staff doing residential is quite a cost savings rather than.
It
hiring
does,
that
and
out.
plus or trying to get into all the properties. Right now, we've been doing it where the guys go out and every meter that gets changed out, they have a sheet they fill out, they give people information on what cross connection means. And then as far as, if there's some guidance that they need on how to correct something, they provide that. I don't know if there's anything else there, Jack, that you can think of?
No, that covered it.
Yeah, so it works out well. It's just when you get into industrial and commercial, some of that stuff is more complicated. And, I mean, when you get into some of the restaurants and stuff, they've gotta have more backflow preventers and things like that in place. And that's where the expertise is good to have. So that's what most communities do. There's a couple firms that do it. We developed a relationship with them after reviewing, some of the competition, and they provided the best service for the best price, I guess.
Any other questions? Okay, do we have a motion to approve the professional service contract for cross-connection control inspection with General Engineering Company effective March 1st, 2026?
So moved.
Motion by Don Jackson, do you have a second?
I'll second it.
Second by Chris Saylor. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say no. All those who abstain? Thank you. Item 16, Administrator's Report. Roger?
I was provided a copy of the fire calls for 2025 in the village in Necedah, and it also shows some of the surrounding areas. There's 2 pages to it right now. If you look at it, we had a total, we had a couple that were at industrial sites, but the majority of them were at residence, and then there was one that was on the highway, so. And some of it gives you a little bit of information, but some of that is not in great detail, but at least you have that. It also shows the town of Necedah, and town of Germantown, and town of Finley, and town of Clearfield, so you can pretty much compare where we're at compared to theirs, so.
And that's their total area, right?
Yep. They divide Germantown into 2 sections. New Lisbon, I think, handles part of Germantown, we handle part of Germantown, but. So, shows you that they did have a busy year. Filled up the whole page a little bit more.
Yeah,
Well, it's appreciative finally to get it.
I was gonna say that it's nice to be able to look at that.
The next one is I have the Boston area ambulance report that was put in your file, and we've been with them for several years now. They use our facility, on the north side, they rent it from us. There's a lot more detail in there than you probably wanted to know, but at least you have it at your fingertips. They encouraged us to pass it on to the boards, so you know, so the boards are well informed of what they're doing out there, so that's why I forwarded it to you. I've been attending the meetings with, President Glasswell is the member, that's the voting member there, but if she's not there, then I usually attend the same exact meeting.
They do have a new ambulance. Is that for the north?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think they decided, but there's an ambulance blessing tomorrow night. Is it 5 o'clock? I'd have to look, but, everybody is welcome to it, all the board members are invited to attend. It's at the, Moston, barn.
And Boston Ambulance Center down
Yeah.
there, block, off of Main Street down there, actually 2 blocks from the Quick Trip and, downtown Quick Trip intersection, there's one straight.
Yeah.
Straight through the lines.
Okay.
The next item I have is community input survey, Juneau County, maintained parks and trails. That's some of the outdoor rec, survey work that they did, and that's something that you guys all got a copy of. You can use a phone, there's a, way to do it online, and they also could do something in paper if someone didn't want to, but those will be posted around, so if you have any questions, that's who, maintains our outdoor rec plan, and we provided information in the past to them to add into there. Lift station purchase update, we did order the lift station pump. There's also an overcurrent device that goes on that protects the pumps, and then that gives us the insurance if something would go wrong, that doesn't burn our pumps out. So that's something that has to be wired in, and he did point that out to us. That does add some additional costs of a few $1,000s to do it. So, but Jack was familiar with what he was saying, so I had to call and actually get a clarification too to make sure, but it makes sense to protect the pumps. We'll have a $25,000 investment by the time we get done, and we definitely don't wanna have them be damaged.
How's the time frame on this?
It's on order right now, and we have it worked out with the individual that he'll drive it personally up to the site. So, he's gonna ship it directly, so it'd be quicker than coming here, and then he'll come out and work with, Jack on the install, so. And then, the only other quick thing is you can see the audit overlay started, everything's going smooth on that, so if anybody has any questions on the audit, I can address those too later. That's all I've got.
Okay. So the auditors will be here for a couple more days.
Yeah, they plan on 3 days, but if they can finish up early, they'll head out early too. Because sometimes we have all our information available for them, and they appreciate that, so it speeds up the process, and frees up our data too, so.
Okay. Okay, at this time, we'll entertain a motion to go into closed session.
I make a motion, we go into closed session.
Motion by Mary Beth Stivers, do we have a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Don Jackson. Roll call vote, please.
Stivers,
Yes.
Saylor,
Yes.
Lasswell,
Yes.
Jackson,
Yes.
and Murphy.